Hello and welcome to Gierok Farms. Today we're going to be removing this SU gate from this opening and we're going to be replacing it with an auto latch gate that we bought through Anibus. It's a heavy duty gate. It'll make it more convenient when we're moving the cattle around because it will automatically latch shut. When we push it closed, it'll catch. Make sure to follow along and see what we are doing today.
Yeah, so the auto latches, we must 8, 9 of them here already, various places, and it's a finger deal that bolts to the post. Then there's a shaft that slips in there. I haven't seen them get them open yet, but all the gates we bought, they sent this chain with as another something. So I'm going to guess somewhere in the world some animal got wise enough with their tongue or whatever to get this open. But it's all kind of a liability thing. But we got this chain. So there's a groove in the gate. So this will hold them. And in this case, because they happened to get that, they were able to get this chain out of that notch. A few times I've caught them. And I mean, the cattle won't run away. They just get mixed up with other cattle. But these flanges are...
Looks like that's bent a little bit.
Well, it needs to be straightened, but they should have been maybe a little thicker. So I never like using this chain. This one has to wrap around a post. What we do is I've been doing this a lot with in my barns now, where the chain is actually attached to the post. And of course, then the calves are on this side and the milking cows are on this side. So typically it's better to go this way. Cattle like to play with stuff. So typically what happens is, and I've heard this from guys that raise feeder steers and stuff, if it moves like this, they play with it. And eventually they get it open. So we're going to be past all that, and now we're going to have the auto latch, and we can still do this too. Just there'll be more. So this gate's been here for, well, it's been generally in this area for over 25 years, I'm sure, and it's getting dinged up. It's been backed into more than once, but held up pretty good. So this gate's still going to get used somewhere else on the farm here. It's just that this opening this is where we load cattle out, where we do our hoofing, where we sort stuff, so anyway, auto latch gate's gonna be, there's certain places I wouldn't put them, but here would be a place where it would be quite the value, because they're not cheap. And then let's show our gate here.
So we've removed the other gate. Now we're going to remove the hinges.
That's railroad ties. And I think this was a new tie. Sometimes they're not quite good enough for the railroad, but they're very good for something like this. So you're able to buy those. They're very expensive now. I imagine they're more than $50 a piece. So here you would get, and then you would weld them onto your post where you need them to match your gate, instead of having that strap in there. Being that we have wood posts, we're using this. So now we gotta drill some holes. So when you order these gates, because they make them to the width you want exactly, if you're gonna do this, you have to make consideration that they're measuring from wherever the back of that strap is to wherever your auto latch attaches. So the same with the auto latch, we're gonna insert it in. We're going to insert that bracket into the post to get more of a flush fit. So the bracket will stick out, and what happens with these brackets is sometimes they can get bumped by the skid steer or something in that order, so you have to be careful in that way. But it does hide it a little bit better if it's inside the post. And then this nub, that nub that's sticking out there, you have to be really careful, because if you have a pinch area, that can damage your cattle. So sometimes I'm able to cut part of that off. If we adjust things right, we got hinges we can adjust. Make that as short as possible, but yet it still does the job. Trying to do that so that if it does come up in contact against your cattle, it doesn't hurt them. So we're gonna drill one hole and get the bolt in before we do the rest. my experience working with these creosote posts, they're very hard on all your bits and your chain and your anything that you're gonna cut. And I don't know if it's all the grit that's been in them from being in a railroad, which this one hasn't, but probably has something to do with the creosote, and they're very hard. And okay, so we got a groove here. I've done this with the other ones too. And then we get more of a flush fit there. Maybe not necessary, but better. And then I think there's 4 bolts. The one's gonna be pretty close to the top. That's probably the weaker link of the whole gate, as strong as that gate is, to make sure that this strap is fastened. I like to use the harder bolts if you can, but what I got is bolts from leftovers or reused stuff from other. I always save all that. It's not so much the cattle. If it happens to get bumped by a machine, it's bound to take the pressure. Nice and flush, and he'll bend a little bit. He's not perfect, but he doesn't have to be. He just has to look perfect.
Did you want to mark where the other holes need to be drilled?
Yeah, I wonder if I shouldn't just drill through the hole that's there. The only thing that matters is as long as the end of your bit doesn't hit the steel, it's okay. See, with these wood bits, it's right here that matters. The rest doesn't really do very much. This was a softer one than that, but it'll still be pretty good. And then I got a lock nut because I didn't find any regulars. But let's make sure he's long enough for here first. So if they stick out, you want to cut them off or with some kind of angle grinder, because again, it can rip tires. The cattle, the ones way up high aren't nearly as be an issue. Anything down low, you want to get it flush with the post. The no washer needed over here because I got this big strap. It's gonna manage just fine. Couple of lock nuts here, but I don't really need them. But and I think we have an angle grinder. It's the details that sometimes make everything so much better. Not just put the gate on. Now the pasture, it probably doesn't matter as much. If you rip a $200 tire with this, it's going to make quite a difference. Yeah, so then you got these big, those go through the gates, and I love these. They're very, very heavy. And then you can adjust your gate on here to get your height right on the other end. They send you a couple cotter pins to go through so that the cattle can't lift the gate off. I like that idea.
How much do you think that gate weighs?
Close to 200. Compared to the Sioux gates, if you got on the opposite side of the hinges, I mean, even myself, a few good bounces, I could get it to bend. It may not break, but it would bend. Always, if you have to climb over a hinge gate, you always climb by the hinge side. That's just kind of a rule. Typically here, it's better to just go through the auto latch, but...
So we're gonna have to mount those hinges on there first so you can slide it in there. Is that the scoop?
We put them on, and we make our adjustments later, which I really love. Sometimes the companies will paint this stuff, and then it gets very hard to get everything to move. It's kind of the theory. It looks good when you buy it, but then you almost gotta like get the paint off to get the nuts and the stuff to go. So really, if you want to have it all the same color, which this is galvanized, so it doesn't need to be, but you would spray paint it later. Sometimes paint gets to be a bit overrated. Yeah, these are just some big nuts, so you get a big adjustable wrench, and you're able to adjust your gate. And then in the future, if this post decides to give a little bit with the frost, because right now our head gate's kind of holding it besides, but it will move a little bit because there's a lot of weight. And then the gate will lean on the auto latch, but you don't want it leaning on it 100% because then it won't slide up into it right. You want it to be able to support itself as it swings. And we probably, how many gates do you think we mounted? Hundreds here. You're talking over 30 years. Oh, there's always more you can mount.
And it's too long.
No, it's just right. This is going to get cut someplace in here. We're going to get this nub I want as short as possible. What I did on one of the other gates, I put a block of wood in here, like a piece of 2x4, or just get the thickness of that. So that nub is only like, it only needs to be, well,
I suppose we mount that bracket first.
Here. So it only needs to be about 1.5 inches. It would probably be a little more than that, but so in case some animal happens to get, you know, and it will happen, you have to be careful as you're moving animals with these type of gates. The other one is way higher when it opens, so it doesn't become an issue. That's why I won't do one. There's certain spots I don't like this type of stuff. It's just for safety. But anyway, this is all good. So we're gonna have to make sure this is where we want this. See, we're 64. That's usually my feedlot height. We're like 2 inches higher here. So we got to figure that out. When we get done, this chain will go into this groove as a safety if we want. I think right now we'll just suck in the bottom one, because what you don't want is an animal to stick their head here, which this won't. This won't be a problem here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift a little bit, and you can do this by hand when I get the pressure off. You use your fingers. That should be good. Get your fingers out. Did it fall? Okay, we can go a little more maybe. Just see how things are here when we come all the way. Our pinch 64 is our magic number. You like this height that you got here? Once I put that auto latch, we're above 64, but simply because the grade comes down, but we're the height of this here. We're lower than that. Those are all 64. See, it was level when we started. Now we're down, but I think we're going to leave it right there. That, you think I was a chainsaw car.
maybe the other way so the heifers aren't messing with it. So it's like double hook now.
Yeah, it worked out well. And then I had to nip a little off the corner so when I open it, it
Lay against the building better.
it gets further back when I'm cleaning.
Well, the cattle seem to be checking it out. I think they approve. Thanks for watching another episode at Gierok Farms of installing this heavy-duty gate with an auto latch. If you like the video, share it with a friend. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. The whole crew is inspecting the gate.